Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing the winterization process, the dreaded winterizing process on the 96 XP 787, also known as the 800, and my 95 XP custom 951. So if you have a 951 or the 787, this winterizing process will work for both of you, for both of those engines. So what you need is a gallon of RV antifreeze, RV marine antifreeze, 5-gallon bucket, and I have this Aquatech little submersible marine pump with some hose. You'll need your nut driver, 1/4 inch or 5/16, whatever hose clamps you have on, and you'll need good old fogging oil. That's what we're going to do today. So our first step is, we got them started already. We also need our spark plug wrench. Got them started so they're somewhat warm. And our first step after that is going to be removing the inlet hose. On the 800, it's this one right here. So we're going to remove that. Got these spark plug wires in the way, but it should be the bottom one. So we got that removed. And on the 951, in this hole, it's a little tricky to get at, but it's right down there. It's hard to get at this angle. If I was on the other side of the hole, it wouldn't be so bad. We get that off. So we got that off there now. So we're good to go there. Next, I'm going to set up my water pump. So we got our water pump set up in there. We got our hose here, which we're going to connect to that line. Make sure my hose clamp is accessible. So we're good and snug right there. So we're set up. Next, we're going to pour our antifreeze in there. And this is biodegradable, so it's environmentally friendly, environmentally safe. So we're good there. So next we're going to start the engine, and then we start the water. I'm going to get my extension cord ready. Set that up here. So we're ready to go with that. It's nice if you could rig this up with a little toggle switch. We're going to put our key on. So once we see the marine antifreeze come out the back, and you want to see come out the piston. There we go. So now we want to unplug it. Let our water drain. And then turn her off. So you want to see the marine antifreeze come out there and the pisser. You may have to give her a rev or so to get the come out the pisser. So now you've got antifreeze going through the jugs, going through the engine where it needs to be, so you don't have to worry about the engine freezing over. And I usually take an air blowgun, blow some through this. Just so you can kind of get some more of that out. But if there's any water still in there, it should have antifreeze in it, so we're good to go. Now I'm gonna get set up over on the 951. So I got my antifreeze filled up in the jug. We're gonna hook up our line. Just like that. So we're good to go. We'll get our power cords ready. So we're ready there. Better grab my key. So we put our key on, give her a little start. Plug her in, it's running. We got our pisser here, pissing out. That's good. Now we want to unplug it. Let her drain. And then kill it. Forgot we have the pisser set up here and back there, so I think most of our coolant probably going to come from there. We had a little coming from the back, but we're good. Give her a little blow through. There we go. Unhook our hose. It went on without there we go. And then we'll give her a little more running when we fog the oil. Use fogging oil to put in the cylinders in the intake. Oh, I must have turned the bilge pump on. So yeah, that's the first step, big step in winterizing, is getting antifreeze through the system. So let me get set up for the fogging stage. Okay, so now we're on the intake and cylinder fogging stage. This is where we need our fogging oil and our spark plug socket and wrench. So what we're going to do is we're going to start it up and we're going to squirt some fogging oil into the hole in the intake. And that's going to choke it out and basically kill it. That's what it's going to do. Now on the 951, I don't have that easy access, so I had to crack open the intake here, and I'm going to have to throw it in that little crack there. For those with aftermarket filters and stuff, it'll be a little different setup for you guys. And if you have DI, you're not going to be a direct injection, you're not going to be able to do that. You're only going to be able to do the next step, which is fogging the cylinders through the spark plug hole. So now we got this, we're going to get this ready to turn on and spray some fogging oil. Go just like that. You want to do it a few times where it almost chokes out, let off a little bit, let it run a little bit more, and then do it some more and let it choke out. That's what you want to do. So 951 is going to be a little different to do. I'm gonna get this ready. Okay, I stuck the hose in there, so there should be the straw in there, so we should be good. There we go. That easy. So next, pretty easy step is removing the spark plugs, and what we'll do is we'll remove the spark plugs, spray some fogging oil in the cylinders, and then turn it over with the plug wires off just so it rotates. Well, we'll put the plugs back in, turn it over so it rotates and spins a few times, pull the plugs back out, put more fogging oil in there, repeat that a few steps. That's what we're going to do. Now this is going to be a little hard because normally when I'm working on the spark plugs in the 800, I'm on this side so I can reach in there. Should actually have these swapped. It'd be a lot easier because I need to be on this side and this side, so they need to be swapped. That would make it a lot easier to do. But let's get our plug wires off. And since we're basically done with that, we won't need to start it. I'm going to take off my tiny tack wire, and we're going to ground our plugs back here to the grounding post, and that's where they'll be until next year. We won't need to fire it up until then. We'll just need to turn it over. As you can see here, I had some oil leakage from my ray valves, and I had to replace the gaskets. Try to always get the green gaskets. The ones on here before were black, and they just seem cheaper and they don't last as long. So I got all new gaskets and O-rings from OSD Marine. Hit up Nick Grillo at OSD Marine, and he'll set you up with what you need for the ray valves. So, get my plug wrench. Okay, we'll take the spark plugs. Out. I'm really bad at dropping these spark plugs in the hull. Let's try not to do that this time. So we got our plugs out. And I can't stress enough, when you go to buy plugs, get the NGK BR8ES. And make sure you get the solid cap ones. The solid cap ones. Not the caps that twist off, that thread off. They are horrible. So what we're going to do is spray some fogging oil in there. Grab my fogging oil. Spray some in there like that. And this is usually where I drop my plugs. Just twist them on. They don't have to be super tight. Just enough so that the oil doesn't come spewing out at you. Just get them finger tight. Like that. Of course, my key is over here. I've got these programs so they use the same key, and I've only brought one key out. Should have brought two keys so I don't have to walk back and forth with the keys. Okay, so we put... Sometimes my beeper works on this one, sometimes it doesn't. So we got our key on, we're powered up. We just want to give it a few turnovers. Just like that. Just so that piston moves up and down and gets that oil lubricated in there. And I usually repeat this step 2 or 3 times. They say you can't ever use too much oil, fogging oil, especially if it's going to sit for a Minnesota winter, which is 6 to 8 months. God knows how long that's going to be. That way you don't have rust. And we repeat this step. The last step is you just take the plugs off, spray in there, and then put the plugs back on. Don't turn it over. That way you just have a pile of oil sitting on top. So we repeat this step. Just like that. So it's that easy. You do the same thing for the 951. Just repeat that process. And that's all it is to winterizing these. I charge, well, dealerships and other places will charge $150. If I charge only $75 to $100 per ski, depending on the ski and how many skis you have. But I've heard some places charging $200 to do this. And of course, your last step is pulling out your battery. Mine will go into storage, and what I will do is I'll take some aluminum foil or some rags, and I will stuff in the exhaust to keep any rodents out, because I've got a 720 water box that has nuts in it from a squirrel. One of those 95 XPs I got as a project has nuts or something all in the water box. So that's no fun. So yeah, we repeat this process and then you're good for storage. If you have any questions or comments, post them in the comments. Ask away. Any other suggestions? Leave a comment. If you like this video, hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel for more. Winter is coming, so I don't know how many more videos I will do throughout the winter. But I appreciate everyone who watches my channel. We've got the 99 X SPX in progress. I'll post another video on that later, so stay tuned for that one. So you guys have a good, safe one. I hope you had a nice, safe, and fun summer riding your skis, and I hope to see you on the water. Peace out.